essential for your body. Let's do this. Week 4, cool down. Feet are next to the base of your pole. Inside hand at chest height, outside arm up towards the sky. So reaching with your arm first. Think about pulling the ribs in and roll the shoulders back. Abs are engaged, so there's a slight tuck in your tailbone so you can lift through your spine, tall spine. Find length before you arch over. Good, and the whole time you're here, you're pulling down with the arms and lifting through your spine. So think about the stretch happening through an active spine. So you're actively lifting your vertebra up, 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 up. Expand through the rib cage, through the back of the ribs. Breathe. Releasing the tight muscles. Sometimes you can feel it all the way through into the hip flexors. Reach your chest and your heart up towards the sky. So you're slightly turning your sternum up, lifting again through your spine. So never let go of that. Big breath. Good, and then exhale, rounding your back and sending your hips away from you so that maybe you could feel it in this lower spine area. The quadrilateral is a hip flexor muscle that connects to your lower spine. Breathe. Maybe you might be able to find it. Exhale, standing back up tall. Interlace your fingers and lock the pole in at shoulder height and then send your hips all the way back. Wiggle it out. Make sure you round your back. A slight round through the spine is going to help you find different muscles to stretch out. Good, hold it here, big breath. And then bend the knees and then roll up one vertebra at a time. Send one leg back for a calf stretch. Pressing the palms on the pole, tucking the tailbone under. Use your breath again. Your breath is the strongest tool you have to release your tight muscles. Breathe. If your breath is not telling your body to relax, then it's telling your body to tighten up. Yes? So if we have big, deep, slow breaths, your body and your muscles are going to react in a relaxing way. So good. Switch stretches, so crossing the same leg you had behind you over in a figure 4, and then bending the leg that you're standing on. This is going to help with the outer hip muscle, so make sure you keep the knee behind the toes of the foot that's on the floor. Lift your heart up tall. Elbows are facing the floor. Big breath to release that hip. At the same time, roll out your ankle. Big breath. And then reverse your roll of the ankle in the other direction. Good. And then stand up nice and tall. Other side of the body. Stepping over to the other side. Start with lifting your spine up tall. So I like to do a big sweeping arm. Breathe and lift. Pull the ribs in if they popped out. Roll the shoulders back. Expanding the space between each vertebra with your breath. Tall, tall, tall. And then over for the pole with your thumb facing the ground. You're in a cup grip on top. Big breath. So you never let go of that active spine. It's always active in this one. Lift, lift, lift. The more length you have, the more side stretch you can get. Take another breath, expanding your ribs. And then lift your chest towards the sky. Your heart is shining up. Big breath. Feel each rib cage expand at your back, the back of your body. Good, and then chest towards the base of the pole. See if you can find that hip flexor muscle that lives and anchors itself on your lower spine. Big breath. Good, and then bend your knees to roll back up. Send one leg back. Make sure it's the opposite leg from the other side. Hands on the pole, pressing the pole away from you, finding a stretch through your calf. That's the muscle on the back of your lower leg. Inhale and press, pull the ribs in. Good, let your breath help your body expand and find space. Perfect. standing strong through one leg. Take your back leg and cross it over in that figure four. And then bend the knee of the standing leg so you can get a hip stretch of the leg crossed over. Lift your heart up, elbows to the floor. Roll your ankle. There's so much going on. That's okay. And then reverse the roll other direction. I like things that are dynamic, that do more than one thing at a time. Perfect. Stand up tall. In front of your pole, wide legs. Back on the pole. Interlace your fingers behind your back. And then shift your body in front, bringing your hips and your heart forward, opening your chest and your pec muscles. Look over the left shoulder, look over the right. Breathing, releasing your upper neck. Good, then ear to your shoulder. That upper trap muscle gets so tight, especially as pole dancers. Breathe and relax. Good, then pull your bum back to the pole. Reach between your legs. Make sure you find the comfortable position. You might have to step your feet out. And then pull your body or let your body shift forward, putting the weight into the front of your feet. You can even lift your heels if that feels all right. Relax your head and neck. So you should shake your head out no when it feels good. And then nod your head yes. Good. Sometimes when I'm here, my upper back gets a little opening and a stretch. It feels pretty good. Breathe while you're here. And then very slowly pull your body back to the pole. So your tailbone is on the pole. Then reach behind your back for the pole behind your back. And then slowly roll back up, restacking your spine one vertebra at a time. Perfect. And then turn your body to the side. Grabbing onto the pole for support. Back knee bends underneath. Stretching out the leg and the hip. And then straightening over the front leg. So if the front leg needs a little bend in it for you to get to the floor, that's okay. Or maybe you just want to stay up tall. That's all right too. You could straighten both knees. You could bend both knees. Whatever feels good. We're going to find a little stretch with a hip shake. You want a flat back. So if that means you want to be up here and your body wants a flat back right here, that's okay. Good, and then bend the knees if they're not already to stand all the way up and switch to the other side, shifting your body to the other side. Good, and then bend the back knee, and then come over the front of your leg. Straighten the legs if that feels all right for your body. Remember, you want a flat back more so than you want to touch the floor. So find out what feels good, where you want to be for that, and then wiggle your hips. Good, and then bend the knees if they're not already. All the way up to standing, hands together, rolling out the wrists. And then reverse the roll in the other direction. Perfect, hands right at your heart. Thank you so much for joining me and for doing a cool down with me. I hope you had a good time working out and training. Thank you.